Welcome everyone. In today's video, I just wanted to talk about Friend.Tech just quickly because I've been seeing a lot of hype around it, and justifiably so. A lot of people have made a lot of money on Friend.Tech, particularly the big influencers. Although you have seen a few people turn like a very small amount of money into like 50 ETH, which is great for them. Really great for them. They got in early, they played the game really well, and so I'm happy for them. But I just wanted to talk more about the future of Friend.Tech and where it's going. And spoiler alert, I don't think it will be around for, optimistically, right? It might be around in 6 months' time. I don't believe so. And it definitely won't be around in a year's time. But I'll speak more on that. So 0x JPEG here has posted the Friend.Tech flywheel, which is kind of funny. This is the kind of thing that you'd see during sort of massive DeFi booms in like 2020, 2021, where people would post the different flywheels that they have here. And they created one for Friend.Tech. So we'll start off here. So Friend.Tech TV out and other metrics start rising. So the metrics go up, messages sent, time spent in app, Friend.Tech revenue earned. That also means that venture capitalists then want allocation to invest into Friend.Tech and its competitors, and the valuation for Friend.Tech skyrockets. And so with that high Friend.Tech valuation, I think we've got like $1.6 billion for Friend.Tech right now, which seems extraordinarily high. And so every Friday, you have influencers who post about the points they're getting for a potential Friend.Tech airdrop, and then they'll drop out invite codes. And that leads to more people getting on board to Friend.Tech. So that means more liquidity. So people's portfolio values start rising. They will share chat room screenshots promising alpha and wealth. And this means obviously more participants, more liquidity. People get more comfy depositing their ETH as they see the charts go up and to the right. And that means that key values go up only as well. Participants, key value plus royalties go up. So the influencer cycle is there. The more that they post about it, the more people they get in, the more their keys are worth, and the more revenue that they get. Basically, it's just the stuff that you would see normally on Twitter, but now people are posting it on Friend.Tech. And so the dopamine hits from having your ego boosted, your key prices are mooning and receiving their sweet royalties. You log in more, send more messages with other participants. So if you're familiar with this flywheel, it seems a lot like what we saw with, like, say, the Curve flywheel or the Olympus DAO flywheel. And we know that those things, they flywheel up, but they also flywheel down. And what I mean by that is a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money, particularly because of those 10% buying and selling fees. Like, they seem pretty crazy, right? Kimosabi on Twitter has just posted a good thread here, just talking about why Friend.Tech might fail. So Friend.Tech has been tried a dozen times or more, and it always fails. So 2 years ago, it happened on Solana, and it was pretty popular for a few months, and then that ended up failing as well. Some other examples include Rally, BitClout, Wumbo, and more. Each time influencers pump their tokens, each other's tokens, then dump them. If you guys have been around for the last, I think, 2 years, I remember BitClout being quite a big thing at the start of 2021. Well, I say a big thing. They had quite a few users, but they all went away within a month. This sort of thing just isn't sustainable over time. So they've got a couple of reasons here. So fundamentally, tokenizing people is a bad move for multiple reasons. Financializing your friends is bad. So reducing humans to commodities doesn't really work. The pressure on people to maintain a speculative token of their likeness leads to stress, anxiety, and burnout. So that's one thing. You'll get people doing increasingly more crazy things. Basically, Friend.Tech just feels like a private Discord chat or like a Patreon. You're seeing OnlyFans girls go over there as well and basically use that instead of OnlyFans. The second reason here, most legitimate projects can't survive tokenization, let alone individuals. Why would influencers be able to handle it? Surprised they aren't able to, historically speaking. So we have a lot of developers out there who feel the need to keep their token price pumped up. And when you have developers talk about their token price a lot, remember Danny from Wonderland, he couldn't really ever do that. Basically, it's a warning sign when you have projects talking about their tokens all the time. And that'll be the same with influencers talking about their keys. It really just isn't sustainable. And The third reason is Friendtech's price curve is supply squared, so exponential up, great for social boom and euphoria, max pain on the way down. In other words, it's optimized for the pump and dump. And 4, vanity tokens are self-serving. Most people with some modicum of self-respect don't want people to buy a token in their likeness. So it's a quick way for influencers to make a quick buck on you, and that's about it. It's been tried, it's always failed. On the flip side, to some extent, these types of experiments are worth having for stickier projects in the future that aren't Friend.Tech. So that's a good point. It's these sort of projects that will pave the way for the future for Friend.Tech competitors or like evolutions of Friend.Tech. A lot of these things are like the reasons why something like this will just not work for right now. I think just generally crypto social media or like Web3 social media, it's been tried a lot since I want to say like 2017. If anyone remembers, I think it was Steemit. That was around for like a year and then it died off basically as the crypto bear market happened. And so I think you might see something similar here with a lot of these Friend.Tech social things. But my main fundamental problem with this sort of thing is that you're mixing crypto with social media, and social media should be something that's easy to use, that people can get onboarded onto quite easily. And the more things that more steps you have to take to actually start using that social media, the less people are actually going to start using it. Could be something bigger in 10 years time. But we'll be looking back at Friend.Tech as part of like the social media revolution if, you know, this sort of thing does take off in like 10 years time. Just to go on to another tweet, this guy called Noah here, he built a version of Friend.Tech on Solana like 2 years ago. So he says Friend.Tech is going to zero. We've run this experiment before. Influencers have no interest in maintaining a token. Hell, entire NFT teams have a hard time appeasing the number go up masses. Lastly, I wanted to talk about this website that's popped up recently. It's called Friendtech. So if you go to the website, it just shows you some of the top influencer I'm going to say tweets here on Friend.Tech. And if you look here, a lot of this stuff is just stuff that you'd see on Twitter normally. And here's another problem with Friend.Tech, right, is that you have to buy someone's keys to see all they're tweeting. But you have to buy their keys to see whether or not if what they're tweeting is actually worth actually taking a look at, if you know what I mean, right? So we need people out here who need to start like reviewing other people's Friend.Tech stuff to give a review. Like, listen, this person is tweeting quite often and the quality of stuff is good as well. And so it can be hard for you to want to like pay 0.2 ETH to just take the chance to see whether or not this person's keys are like even worth looking at. And then you have to pay like exorbitant fees on top of that as well. So it doesn't really make too much sense. So if this video has sufficiently fudded you on Friend.Tech, you can go ahead and short a friend's perpetual future on AVO. I have a referral link in my description. It will give you 10% off on trading fees, as well as give you just a $25 trading credit if you wanted to go ahead and get started on AVO. So this perpetual future is basically just an aggregate of the market capitalization of all of the Friend.Tech keys. As you can see down here, this just gives you the market details. So right now, the funding rate is crazy. As you can see, the mark price is $35, whereas the index price is $33. So you're getting paid to short this right now at 0.37% per hour. People are extremely bullish on this, as you can see, and that's why the funding rate is so high. Now, this doesn't mean to say that Friend.Tech might not see any sort of success in the next 1, 2, or 3 months, because I believe, you know, it probably will see a lot more success. I've seen a lot of people on crypto Twitter just talk about it all the time, and so that will keep it alive for a bit. But in 6 months time, I think the activity will die down a lot more, and in a year's time, I doubt many people would be using Friend.Tech at all. But of course, I could be extremely wrong on all of this. If you have a contrarian opinion, you know, let me know down below. I'm, you know, happy to chat with you about this, and we can talk about, you know, why you're bullish and why I'm bearish, and we can have a productive discussion around that. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this one.